AZ basically said, no, I'm not paying. He's finally come out. He responded almost instantaneously. I'm a little late getting to this, but he's not playing, right? You know, for years he's been able to stay under the radar, but when you're around Diddy, anybody around Diddy gets contaminated.
Forbes is breaking down Jay-Z's PR strategy amid the horrific allegations against him. They shared an article titled Breaking Down Jay-Z's PR Strategy in his statement denying allegations. Of course, the statement they're referring to is the one that was shared by Rock Nation, written by Jay-Z, denying claims that he assaulted a 13-year-old girl in the year 2000 at an after party with P. Diddy. The first observation in the article is that Jay-Z shared a no-nonsense denial. He called the allegations absurd and titled the lawsuit as a blackmail attempt. Second, he directly attacked the attorney who is representing the alleged victim.
Now, is that normal, or is that like a scare tactics? Like, what does you attacking the attorney have to do with what's going to happen in court? You know, it seemed like it's a PR stunt. You know, if you know you didn't do anything, I don't see why you need to make something like that. That doesn't make any sense. Why? If you're innocent, then you shouldn't be doing all this antics. Lawyers would take care of that. Lawyers take care of that. But it doesn't seem like anybody's out front putting out your flyers anymore. But all this stuff is alleged. You know, it's right now it's by public association, however you want to put that. But
Victim. That attorney's name is Tony Buzbee, and Jay-Z dismissed him as a, quote, ambulance chaser. He also questioned Busbee's military past and mocked his wardrobe, describing him as dressed in costume in a cheap suit. Jay-Z also challenges the accuser in his statement and continues to question the credibility of her.
man, come on, man. That's just that's how simps do it, man. They just try to they try to demean you as they go down, trying to take you down with them. That's all that is. Like, hey, if you know you're innocent, you ain't do anything. We don't need all this extra verbiage. What's all this extra verbiage for? Telling us about this and that about him. We don't need to know about that. We want to know, were you there with Diddy when this whole mess went down? No, I was not with Diddy. But nah, you can't say that because everybody's compromised. But this is all alleged, by the way, and I'm just breaking out the information as I get it.
Attorney. He also addresses real victims, saying, my heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world, and attempts to humanize himself by mentioning his family, his wife, and children. And the Forbes article finishes by saying that Jay is playing the victim in his statement, describing himself as a young man who made it out of the projects. Jay wants respect.
So this is coming from Forbes. This is Forbes. So Forbes is also thinking that Jay is playing the victim. If I'm reading this right, let me back up a little bit.
His wife, and children. And the Forbes article finishes by saying that Jay is playing the victim in his statement, describing himself as a young man who made it out of the projects. Jay wants respect and empathy. I thought this was a really interesting.
You know, the part that she says there about, you know, they care about kids. You know, he made a statement where he said, you know, we care about kids. You know, we don't take advantage of kids. The only kids they care about is the ones that's in their household. That's how this stuff works. The people in their household are the only kids they care about. Any other child, they don't care. They're all part of the pond and part of the game. That's how I see it.
Take on his statement, but the projects. Jay wants respect and empathy. I thought this was a really interesting take on his statement, but let me know your thoughts down below and follow me for more pop culture news.
Oh, it ended right there.
Forbes is breaking down.
So that was from, apparently that's from Forbes. And Forbes is, I assume, would be on his side, right? Isn't Forbes one of those top lists where those people all hang out together? Woo. Seems like his protection's running out. His protection's running out. Jay-Z out here, he's talking, he's telling people what not to do. Like, I got into an argument today with one of my old buddies about this whole Jay-Z thing. And I said, you know, it's all hearsay for now. We don't know for sure what's going to happen, if it's true or not. But we've all heard rumblings for a while now. We've all heard it because basically the argument was that a lot of this stuff is made up, it's not true. And I'm like, yo, how could you know what's true or not? You know, you only could see what you see, and all of a sudden his names appear in it. Now you can say, yeah, the client's trying to get a money grab. You know what? So what if they are? Does that say that you were there? Because we don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know. A lot of things get covered up. You know, like where are the parents? Where are the parents? This girl's parents. Why is a 13-year-old out and you don't know where she is? You know, I've seen stories where parents would drop their kids off at these events and pray that things go right and pray that they come back with a deal. So, you know, you don't let these parents off the hook either, but that still doesn't make it right for what's going on. And what's ever done in the dark always comes out in the light eventually. So there's your next video. PeepodCove, I'm out. See you on the next one.